Good morning, my fellow HVAC nuts and enthusiasts. Just over a week till the AC meet. So that means I have just over a week to get this to my goal. It is blazing hot out here. I'm not looking forward to going to work tonight, but it is what it is. But I'm waiting for my breakfast to get here, and I'm waiting for my bedroom to cool down before I go to sleep again. So what we're gonna do is do the prep work on this here bulkhead, which, as you can see, is a lot of rust work mostly. Nothing I can't, sure, nothing I won't be able to handle relatively easily. But yeah, and I also want to paint the bottom of the compressor, which is something I was trying to do before, but it just didn't work out yet. So let's raise these up a little bit more. There we go. You go get the paint, top brush. All right. Then you get the Rust-Oleum oil-based paint ready. I might have a little bit of an ant problem out here, but that's all right. They don't eat much. At least I don't think they do. This is not going to be a big step. I believe it's step 8, my 8th round of work on this unit. It's probably going to be quite a few more before it's completely done. I know everybody wanted this in one long video, but that's just not practical with as much time and steps there is to do this. I'd be editing everything together for a month of freaking Sundays, and I'm just not about that noise. Again, this isn't rocket science. We're just putting, like I said, you can't really fix the rust on this without rebuilding the whole bulkhead, which isn't really, in my opinion, bad enough to justify doing that. Especially being at my skills as for metalwork and my funds right now are limited. But yeah. Hopefully you guys can see this. Hopefully you're still in focus. I hope. We'll see. know you guys can't see this at all, but it's pretty obvious what I'm doing, so I'll do a walk around of it before I conclude the video. So if anybody is really curious as to what exactly I'm doing here, the mystery will be solved by the conclusion of the video, don't worry. It is toasty out here right now. Whew. Yeah. Tell you what, I'm just glad winter's finally over. I got 2 weeks off coming up. I can't freaking wait, man. I guess we can move to the other side quick for you. We're still relatively well focused. I wish I could do the case too. What I'd like to do is I might see if Brian wants it taped off and I can spray it in place outside and all, but I don't know if he's really going to want to go through all that hassle. I would, but that's just me. I'm a little bit pickier than most people are, especially when it comes to putting my name on something. I'm big into don't do work for others in a way that you wouldn't do it for yourself. But sometimes people just don't want to spend the extra bucks, or they just don't really care. And it's not a necessity. It's not a knock on him or in particular anybody else. It's just, I just prefer to go all the way, you know? Like slide a brand new chassis into a rusty looking case. I don't know. I'd rather just take the extra hour, tape off the house, and paint the case and peel the tape off, let it dry. And it'll look brand new on the outside too. But yeah, don't worry, he will be pumping out the cold air once again. Sooner than later at this point. I always call this piece the bulkhead. Have you ever heard me using the term bulkhead? That's what I mean. It means the inside part of the housing. Condenser, blower housing, all that horse shit. you don't want to spray paint styrofoam, but you can use the oil base on it. The aerosol was something about when I spray paint styrofoam, it likes to eat it away for some reason, and this stuff here does not. I don't know what the difference is or why, but it doesn't. Works just fine. And of course I got some on my skin. Oh. What do you got? So today's a perfect day to do this too. It is blazing hot out here and the sun is shining full force. It's already starting to dry. Look at it. I don't know if you can tell by the camera, but I can tell by looking at it in person. You can tell when your brush starts to have resistance when you're dragging it across. That's when you know that you're getting pretty damn close. Now you want to avoid getting any on the evaporator, obviously. But if you get a drop or two, it really doesn't matter. You can clean it off if need be. Your best way is to avoid getting it on there altogether, obviously. But if you do, it can be fixed. But yeah, do try to avoid that from happening, if at all possible. Obviously. There's a lot of people that say I spend too much time on cosmetics. I disagree with that. I don't spend enough time on cosmetics. Cosmetics is the first thing you're going to notice when you look at it, when you see it. Cosmetics are important. Anybody that thinks otherwise is probably single. That's not this as much as it is the cold honest truth. Now, this in here is going to be covered in that insulation anyway, so I'm really not overly worried about it. But like I said, as much protection you can get on the inner metal, obviously the better. If you can protect it, why wouldn't you? I will say this would be better sprayed, but I don't have any spray that'll available to me right now that would have the properties that I need to do this project adequately. So these are your vents for your thermostat to breathe, so you don't want to block that up. But you can paint over them. If they breathe too much, it'll short cycle. If they don't breathe at all, it'll freeze up because it's never going to turn off. So it's a catch-22. You can never spend enough time on cosmetics, in my opinion. We got pretty good coverage in here now. That's damn good enough. It's already dry over here. Crazy. This is already my second coat. I just finished the first going all around. Ain't that some shit? That's how freaking warm it is out here. Obviously the best time to paint anything is in the summertime. Obviously when it's done I'll flip it over and touch up the top, but for now I'm really not overly concerned about it. So we're not even 20 minutes into it and we're already pretty much done. At the bottom of it, I'm just going to try to get the best I can on the first coat, but or the top of it technically, but I can touch that up, you know, once I flip it over. So that's going to be good enough for now. I'm going to grab the compressor, we'll do the bottom of the compressor, and that will conclude step 8 of this video series. Man, this compressor looks incredible. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna rest it on the side so nothing will leak out of it. And the sun's shining in this direction here, so we're gonna leave that guiding up so the paint don't get damaged at all. That looks great. And do a quick look around of this. So it looks pretty good, huh? Really good, I might add. And we'll focus on the bottom of this compressor, and that will conclude this chapter of the series. There you go. Hopefully the sun's not too bright, but it's really crusty on the bottom, so you really want to get a good heavy solid coat of oil base on there. Man, it is freaking toasty out here right now, man. I'm dying, just standing here. So next week we're gonna be pushing 100. I see a high of like 98 already for I think it was Monday and Tuesday, both 98, I think. That's what I saw on the weather app. So yeah, be a good day for painting. So one more night, make sure it's on nice and heavy along the worst part of the compressor, which is obviously down here, which I do have it on nice and heavy. There's no question about that. And that's it. Let it dry. This brush is toast, and that's that. Maybe there's something just over here which doesn't. There's one little spot that could use a little touch. One more coat in the styrofoam for kids and giggles. All right, that's that. But that's not all by any means, just all for now. Oh. Catch us again next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the rest of this restoration process.